Stretch ourselves out. Reach your fingertips and your toes away from each other. Take a couple of breaths. Just take the inventory of your body. See what feels good, see what feels tight. One more breath. Reach the arms down and bend the legs. And do some pelvic fills. So you can put your hands on your two fingers on the hip bones and the thumbs around the waistline. And let's inhale as you draw the lower abs into the spine. Gently lower your spine against the floor. And then exhale, reverse the shape. Letting the lower back rise up off the mat. Right. And just make sure you're drawing your abs in. Here's a chance to engage the pelvic floor muscles. And we're breathing and moving within the range of motion, so you're not giving yourself any discomfort. Just warming up the joints in the lower back and the hips. And a couple more. And then return to the neutral spine here, but most likely it's going to be just pointing forward. And in that position, keeping the pelvis in that position, in keeping the lower back in neutral, we're going to pick up the right knee off the floor and do some knee folds, and then lower down. And pick up the left knee as you're picking up your foot off the floor. Be mindful of keeping the pelvis stable. So working really hard in the lower abdominals and some triceps as well to create stability in your lower back, so when your legs are moving, nothing else is. Inhale out and exhale down. Now we're going to pick up the right knee. Have the back actually flatten against the mat so that you can gradually pick up the heel and the toes of the other foot. Again, without disturbing the spine. And then lower the right foot down and lower your left foot. And inhale up. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale down. Now I'll start with my left leg. Inhale up. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale down. One more set. Using my triceps also for anchor so that the spine is stable on the mat as I'm moving my legs. And left and right. Now let's pick up the left leg. Pick up the right leg. Let the right toes touch the floor and then come up. And the left toes touch the floor and come up. My lower abdominals work as the stabilizer for the joints of the lower back, so that as I'm moving my feet, the lower back stays still. Lower and lower. Arms reach long down to towards the fingertips, towards your heels. So we engage the upper back muscles here, like you're holding rolled up newspapers under your arms. Let's pick up the right foot. Keep your pelvis stable. Pick the other one up. Squeeze your legs together. Bring them to tabletop. Take a breath. And exhale to curling up your body. And bring your legs as far up as you want. And let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. Letting the upper abs again elevate the first few vertebrae of your upper back together with the head. Every exhale curls you up a little bit more. Slightly lower one leg away from the other for more lower ab contraction. And bring it up and slightly lower the other one. And for the grand finale, we just keep both legs together. And done. All right. Let's just rock. Hands under the knees. A couple of breaths here. And we're going to roll ourselves up stiff. So next we're going to do roll-ups. So you can place your hands under your thighs, right? And think about the two landmarks that we have, belly button and then the sternum, that area right under the brow line. And so that as I'm sitting here, that area under the sternum, under the brow line, I'm making a little divot there. I'm bending there. So I'm slightly bending my upper spine forward. Now, so that my upper spine is bent forward. Now I'm going to take the belly button and start taking it back towards the spine. So as I'm pulling my belly button in, I'm starting to move the pelvis, right? I'm starting to roll back on the pockets of my jeans, on the pockets of my pants. If I had back pockets there, I'll be rolling on them, right? As I'm still keeping that divot under the brow line, right, I'm going to bend forward some more. Keep creating more of that bend under the brow line as I still keep drawing my abdominals and my belly button back. And that way, I create a curve in my spine, a C shape. Right, so again, we're still bending forward under the sternum. We're starting from the belly button. Starting from the lower abdominals, moving the pelvis, maybe even moving your hands down your legs to give you a little bit more space or a little bit more range of motion. And then I'm continually bending under the sternum to create more contraction in my abdominals, right between the sternum and the belly button, to help me curve the spine forward. Right. Inhaling. And exhaling as I'm going through the choreography. And put something heavy on your feet to try to keep them planted. Or you can keep them a little further away from you and just have your heels down. Anything to help create curves in the spine, to stretch the spine muscles while we're contracting the abdominals. All right, let's do one more. Starting from the belly button, as I'm already curved under the sternum, around the brow line, I'm going to walk my fingers down the thighs a little bit more to take me further, and then scooping the abdominals even more as I'm creating more curl under the sternum. All right, let's go ahead and lie down on your back. And we're going to do single leg circles. So let's slide the legs all the way down, long enough as you keep your abdominals pulled in. We press the left leg against the floor with the foot flexed and float the right leg up towards the ceiling. Let's start with small circles where you try to keep your pelvis down on the mat. Inhale, crossing over. Exhale to lift it up. And then let's go bigger by lifting the hip off the mat. We rotate it in the lower back. And then come around, keeping that left leg planted. We start with an inhale, drawing the abdominals in. Exhale to come back up. Let's reverse. small now, 2 small ones where your hip doesn't come off. Inhale, exhale. And then if that feels okay, you can go for it and lift the hip up to guide the leg around. One more inhale and exhale. Put the hands under the knee and stretch. The hamstrings, the lower back. Then put your foot on the top of the thigh and drop that knee down. You can hold the toes, you can just let them be. All right, let's switch legs. Right leg is straight, left leg is straight too. Right foot flexes, leg is pressed against the floor. Tighten your abdominals and pick your other leg up and try to make it like a wet noodle. Watch your foot. And we go to the right without lifting the hip and up, stabilizing your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, and if you want, you can lift the hip up and go for the full range of motion in your lower spine. Inhale, exhale, and reverse. Small first again, just moving the leg in the socket. Inhale, exhale, and then make it bigger by taking the hip off, twisting the spine, and then landing back on that left glute. Inhale, exhale, one more, exhale. All right, let's hug that knee in. Stretch your hamstring a little here. Put your foot on the top of the opposite thigh. You can hold your toes. That gives you more release in the hip flexors, or you can just let go. So now we're going to do single leg stretch and double leg stretch. So lengthen your arms all the way, reaching your fingertips towards your heels, and then pick up your right foot. And gradually pick up the left without changing the shape of the spine. Take a breath here. Exhale to lift your head and shoulders and place your right hand on the right ankle, left hand on the right knee. And inhale as you switch, and exhale as you switch. I'm pressing my shins against my hands so I can elevate the first few vertebrae of the upper back a little bit better off the mat. And the lower your leg goes, the more demand on the lower abs, so you feel strong. Go for it. Last set, and then bring your knees in, put your head down. And then reach your arms long again. Pick one knee up, pick the other knee up, take a breath. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders and place both hands on both ankles or shins. Send your legs away from you as you inhale. Exhale, bring them in. Pushing the shins against the hands again to keep elevating those first few vertebrae of the upper back. Inhale out. Exhale in. You can squeeze your inner thighs to give you more lower abs. Tightening the pelvic floor muscles helps here too. One more. And put your head down and put your feet down. And we're going to use the leg and the hand connection to roll ourselves up to sit. And let's open the legs as wide as the mat. If you need to sit on a pillow, it's easier to sit up without contracting the quads or using your lower back. You can put a pillow under your glutes. Otherwise, let's sit up tall, feet flexed, abdominals lifted, crown of the head to the ceiling, arms in front. We're doing spine stretch forward. Take a breath here. Exhale as you're bending your neck, your upper back, all around the rib cage. Shoulders are down, abs are in as you roll back up, stuck up the spine one vertebra on the top of the other. Take a breath here. And exhale all the air out as you're squeezing your abdominals to get your body farther forward and in, like you're trying to kiss your belly button. And then use your abdominals, roll the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take another one. And exhale. Make sure that the abs support the spine. So we're always using them to move. So we're not going to overstretch the low back muscles. So strong contraction of the abs as you're rolling back up as well. All right, we're going to put the feet together, knees apart, and just stretch ourselves in the inner thighs, the hip flexors.